Kavanaugh with HIVHero.org and HeroNews.org, and I'm here with a very special guest. Our Bubbly Hero is actually a Cirque du Soleil performer. His name is Ryan Weston. How are you, Ryan?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
So, Ryan, I'm so excited to have you here because I'm a huge fan of everything Cirque. I saw Alegria many, many years ago. Just was transformed as far as watching and seeing theater. And the reason for that is every single move is just thought out and performed to such a high level. It's really magical to see a Cirque du Soleil show.
It is, and Alegria is actually one of Cirque's classic shows, and they're actually redoing Alegria. They've retired the show, and they're actually going to bring it back.
How did you get involved in the beginning, and what brought you to Cirque?
So actually, I had never heard of Cirque, and I was a gymnast, and I was a gymnast ever since I was a fetus, and I kind of always loved gymnastics and acrobatics, and then theater as well. And I had a French teacher who loved everything French, and she introduced me to Cirque du Soleil way back in the day. And then I also had a friend who joined Cirque du Soleil and really kind of inspired me to kind of follow along that path. And so after I was kind of done competing, and I'd competed for so long, I was ready to kind of move on to something else. I joined La Nuba, which is a resident show in the happiest place on earth, Orlando, Florida.
Oh, wow, cool.
And the rest is kind of history.
And you performed in Cirque for how long?
10 years.
10 years.
I know, I'm old. And now I'm actually working at headquarters as the acrobatic coach.
So, being a gymnast, so you competed, did you do that in college? Did you do that? How far did you go?
So I, like I said, I did it. I started out, I actually started trampoline pretty late, actually, because usually, by the time you're 5 years old, you're past your prime. But I started actually competing, internationally when I was 10 years old.
Wow.
I went to Germany for the World Age Group Championships, and then from there, moved on to World Championships, World Cup, was an alternate in 2000 for the Olympics.
Wow.
And was inducted into the USA Gymnastics Hall of Fame, which is pretty cool.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So, and won the national trampoline championships 8 times. So that was kind of cool.
That's pretty impressive.
And then decided, okay, I need to do something else with my life. So I sent in a resume and a video to Cirque du Soleil and got a call back, and got a call back for La Nuba in Orlando, Florida, and then moved to Orlando and loved Orlando.
Well, who doesn't like Orlando?
It's warm. It's beautiful. There's the beach. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So tell me, what's the most unique thing about working for an organization like Cirque?
I think for me, the best thing about working for Cirque is I am a people person, and I love working with people from all walks of life. So there's such a diversity, such a mix of people from all over. There's 26 different languages spoken. Mm-hmm. At the headquarters in Montreal, French is the language that they speak. And je parle français un petit peu, mais j'ai beaucoup de problèmes avec la grammaire. C'est très difficile pour moi, but I think I'm learning, but all my meetings are in French. Yeah. And so when I'm in my meetings, I'm concentrating really hard, and people are like, are you okay? And I'm like, shh, I'm trying to keep up with the conversation, because it's all very technical, and it can be very hard as a non-native French speaker to keep up in the meetings. But I think I'm progressing better. So.
Je suis Michael. Je ne parle pas français. Oh, très bien.
Good.
And my favorite, it works for everything.
Exactly.
Okay, Ryan, what's quirky about you?
I am a gay Mormon. How about that?
That's
start with
interesting.
that. I love to play the organ, which everyone
I
play every
so do
Sunday. I played the organ in church for years.
Oh, neat.
Of course, the gay guy, playing the organ. But so I guess that's kind of interesting about me, that I was raised very conservative. And so actually when I joined Cirque du Soleil, my parents thought that I was joining the Devil's Den. They're like, you are going to the worst place. How could you join this horrible company? It's so liberal, and the people are crazy. But I've actually met some of the most real people in Cirque du Soleil that I've ever met, and they're great friends. So I think that was kind of quirky about me, is that
Do they still feel that way now that they've met people and seen you in the shows?
No, I think that they've kind of changed, because there's actually one of the artists who has worked with Cirque for probably 20 years, Christian Zwicky, was the main character in the show. He still to this day will ask, he will say when he calls up and we'll chat, whatever, and we'll catch up. He'll always ask how my parents are doing, and they really respect that. So it's nice.
See, art and theater can change the world, so
Can.
you never know. So Ryan, we're a site for newly diagnosed people living with HIV. Do you have a message about the importance of just being safe out there?
Yeah, I think that you can't say enough about safe sex. You know, I think people have come a little bit laxed in that in the gay culture, in my experience, and I think you can't. You should always use a condom, and if you are sexually active, that you should get on PrEP for sure. So,
Yeah, I think I want to say, again, PrEP is a great tool. It's 99% effective if you are adherent to taking your drugs. But if you slack off, that percentage goes down. And it does not protect you from other STDs, and those are on the rise. So many people are getting gonorrhea and syphilis and everything else, which can be very dangerous if they're not treated. So please be safe out there. It's great to use PrEP. Use a condom to protect yourself from everything else. And, if you're in a relationship that's monogamous, then you can think about going off it together. But
communication
communication's everything, and don't trust anybody. When they say they're
Yeah.
on PrEP, you don't know that they're on PrEP. If they say they're HIV negative, they wouldn't know if they haven't gotten tested in the last couple months. So just protect yourself. So Ryan, our slogan is condoms are hot. Do you think condoms are hot?
Condoms are hot.
They are hot. So listen, Ryan, I want to thank you so much for being here.
you.
It's such a great opportunity for me to learn more about Cirque, which I love. Please go see Cirque. There's another one coming in New York. What is it called?
Lucia.
Starting-
It's a great show.
It's starting on the 14th, so check that out. Check a Cirque in your neighborhood or in Vegas, wherever. You're going to love it. And thank you so much for doing what you do. It's really inspiring to hear how this is all done.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sure.
Appreciate it.